Initial steps in the learning design process include identifying content and determining learning tasks. Bloom identified 3 domains where changes based on learning occur: the cognitive, psychomotor physical, and affective learning domains. Bloom organized learning tasks within each domain into the knowledge, skills, and or attitude changes desired as outcomes of a proposed learning experience. Learning in the cognitive domain focuses on changes to the brain by acquiring new knowledge. Learning in the psychomotor domain centers on changes to the body in the form of new physical skills. Learning in the affective domain manifests as changes in attitudes and or values. It's important to note that multiple learning domains may change due to a single learning experience. For example, the task involved in learning to play volleyball might include all 3 learning domains. 1. A skill-building task, such as learning how to serve the volleyball physically. 2. A cognitive task when learning the rules of serving in volleyball. 3. An affective task such as fostering learner enjoyment of the sport. It is up to the facilitator of the experience to determine which learning domain will be the focus of instruction. This is a decision that initially informs the development of learning objectives, followed by planned assessments and teaching strategies. How does the process of breaking down content into learning tasks occur? A variety of classification systems or taxonomies exist to support this effort. These systems align with each of the learning domains and help with the formulation of learning objectives. We include links in your resources. We'll use one of the most famous here, Bloom's cognitive taxonomy, as an example of how this process can work. Its hierarchy of ascending cognitive processing dimensions, also known as thinking skills, is helpful in developing objectives, assessments, and teaching strategies to ensure successful learner attainment of specific learning tasks. Consider these examples. First, for learners to remember, which is the lowest level of cognitive processing. They should be able to recall a fact or fundamental concept. A learning objective might include the task of listening or repeating as one indication of learning. Moving up the hierarchy, for the learner to apply knowledge, an objective might include a demonstration task in a new context as evidence of learning success. The top 3 cognitive processing levels, analyze, evaluate, and create, focus on developing and using higher order or critical thinking skills and generally require greater learner engagement. For example, when asking learners to evaluate, an objective might focus on critiquing or defending an idea or project. When determining the level desired as the outcome for your learning experience, don't forget to consider the lower level dimensions that inform it. For example, if the learner does not understand a basic concept, it will be difficult for them to apply it. Consider these questions. 1. Are you checking for these lower level thinking skills in your planned learning experience? And number 2, are learners already prepared with this knowledge based on previous learning? There may be no need to create a formal objective for a lower level if you plan to measure only the higher level to determine learner success. But instructors should always ensure that learners have the skills so they can be successful in its application. This is where pre-tests or other strategies to determine prior knowledge might prove helpful.